I made a cool little Halloween carriage out of a hanging pot, a paper towel holder, some zip ties, and a little bit of PVC. This is how mine turned out. Here's some other possibilities that we could go with some other projects that I made earlier in some of my other videos. If this looks like a project you think you might be interested in, I got most of the stuff at the Dollar Tree. The plant hanger, the paper towel holders, and you can get some zip ties either at Dollar Tree or at Harbor Freight, either way. First thing you want to do is take off the chain, get everything painted up the color you want it painted. I took it out to the driveway. I painted my PVC gray, the paper towel holders black, and the plant hanger purple. Take 2 of the paper towel holders and zip tie them together and they will become your wheels. Do that to both sides and then get your PVC and go ahead and zip tie that onto there. Since we're not using any kind of screws or anything like that, that second zip tie really does firm up the PVC onto the paper towel holders. Next, just zip tie the basket onto the PVC. I had a little bag of miniature skulls. I just cut the back end of them off because they're going to be my hubcap for my wheel. And I'm just showing you that if you have PVC cutters, they can be done that way, or with the razor, either or. Glue that guy in the center of the wheel, and then we're going to start cutting and measuring bones, which I also got from Dollar Tree, the little miniature bones. And once again, you can cut them with PVC cutter. I wouldn't suggest scissors, probably would work, but you could also use wire dikes. That bag comes in 2 sizes. The smallest one I cut in half, and the bigger one I went ahead and measured from the center of the skull to the out of the wheel, and then cut it, and then cut all the other ones that I had planned on using. I glued all the bigger ones on the 4 corners, up, down, left, and right, and then the small ones in between those. Then I did a small dab at each bone where it connected to the skull. Now here's where you can get creative. I threw in a bunch of some of my other projects, such as the table topper here that I did earlier in a different video. This is the DIY globe for $5 from the Dollar Tree. And this is actually a village piece we picked up at Big Lots that I thought was kind of cool. I had a small basket and a 12-inch skeleton that I decided I was going to go ahead and make him a carriage driver. So what I'm doing here is I took a razor and just split that down and then cut that off, and that's going to be my bench seat. My wife had some hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil skeletons that we decided we were going to make look like passengers inside the carriage. So using floral foam for the bench, I went ahead and just pushed that down so it would actually scar the foam, and then cut it with a razor and then glued it all together. And then I'm going to glue moss all around the edge, and then a different style moss on top to make it look like a bench seat. Just throw some hot glue down in the center right there to secure your floral foam, and we'll keep moving on. The 3 figurines that my mother had given me that my wife decided to put in didn't have a good way to attach to the floral foam, so what I did was put some hot glue and took a toothpick and broke it in half and used those as spikes to drive down into the floral foam to make sure that they would stay good and stationary. For any of you that haven't watched any of my videos, what I'm doing is spraying water on the hot glue to cool it down super fast so you don't have to sit there and wait for it to firm up. Line up the second hanging basket and zip tie it together. There's 3 main points where the chain was hanging on it that I used to connect the major points, and then anywhere there was a gap I went ahead and put another zip tie to go ahead and to seal any gaps that the cage may have. With 3 zip ties, by drilling 2 holes in the bottom of that basket, I went ahead and mounted my skeleton's bench seat. With 3/4 inch PVC, 2 T's and 2 90s, I made the skeleton a footrest for while he's running the reins. Just eyeball what looks best for you. The only place that really matters is on the back side of the T, that you have a super short piece of pipe to go between the T and the 90. Then you want to drill the long piece of PVC that's going to go down to the wheels and then the top part of the T, so you can zip tie that stuff together later. Get it all fit together, make sure it's going to fit, then go ahead and take it out. Paint it whatever color you want to paint it. I painted mine gray because bottom of my PVC was already gray, so it just seemed right. Go ahead and drill 2 holes in the front corner of your basket, and we'll zip tie that all together. Put my skeleton on and use the zip tie around his spine to go ahead and secure him into place. I found these small glitter skulls from Dollar Tree. You don't have to use them, but what I'm doing is covering up my zip ties so you don't see it. It just makes it more of a finished product. And then I wanted to go ahead and cover up the open PVC holes at the front and back of the carriage. Then once again, Dollar Tree special. These little flowers, I'm using them on the zip ties I used to put the carriage together. Then I cut and painted a jack-o'-lantern out of the garland pumpkins from the Dollar Tree, gluing and making him the top piece of my carriage. Next, I added these floral pieces with the toothpick into the floral foam. Every spooky carriage needs a spider, so I glued mine right there on his bench seat and his footrest. I know the tag says owl, but my wife liked the cat better. Using the chain that came with one of the 2 hanging plant holders, I connected it to the cat and then used the other 2 as reins, and this is how it turned out. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate you liking and subscribing and helping me grow the channel.